Now over in Beijing, where U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen has wrapped up her visit, Yellen once again stressed that Washington does not want to decouple with China, saying it will be disastrous for both countries, but the U.S. will continue to de-risk in trade. Eun-jin reports.
U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen concluded her 4-day visit to Beijing for high-level talks on Sunday as Washington seeks to stabilize relations with China after months of inflamed tensions. Relations between the two countries have been particularly frosty in recent times amid national security issues, including Taiwan, U.S. imposing export bans on advanced technologies, as well as the U.S.'s apparent rallying of advanced economies to counter China's economic coercion. But during her visit to Beijing, Yellen reiterated that the United States is not seeking to decouple from China.
There is an important distinction between decoupling on the one hand and, on the other hand, diversifying critical supply chains or taking targeted national security actions.
She added that such a decoupling would be disastrous for both countries and destabilizing for the world, and that the world is big enough for both of the world's two largest economies to thrive.
We want a dynamic and healthy global economy that is open, free, and fair, not one that is fragmented or forces countries to take sides.
While a single visit is not enough to solve the challenges overnight, Yellen highlighted that the bilateral meetings served as a step forward in efforts to put the U.S.-China relationship on surer footing. The two countries remain at odds on numerous issues, and this trip did not result in any specific policy breakthroughs. But Yellen summarized her trip as successful in terms of reestablishing contact, saying she expected increased and more regular communications at a staff level. Such connections are expected to reduce the risk of misunderstanding and pave the way for cooperation in areas such as climate change and debt distress. Later this month, U.S. climate envoy John Kerry is scheduled to make a visit to China as the U.S. diplomatic push continues, ahead of a possible meeting between the country's leaders at September's G20 summit in New Delhi or an APEC gathering scheduled for November in San Francisco. Eun-jin, Arirang News.